Hey everyone, this is the editor of the entire stream. I just wanted to say that I really like my job and my bosses are great people. They probably listen to my stream too, but I just want to say that this job is very nice and I enjoy it very much. This upcoming match is going to be very exciting for all of you guys. So if you would please just tune in and get ready for the amount of action that is about to happen, because I don't think you guys are ready for this. I honestly don't think you guys are ready for this. I'm just saying. Okay, my bosses are coming. They're about to hunt me down. So I'm gonna pretend I never spoke anything. All right, you guys have a good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ford Fitness Center, home of the CIU Rams. The next game is against the Eagles from Varsity University and your CIU Lady Rams volleyball team. CIU Athletics Director Darren Ritchie and Amber Haber, head volleyball coach, thank you for coming out today. CIU welcomes all the players and the fans and the officials to tonight's contest. Please be aware of your surroundings during the game as volleyballs may enter the bleachers at any time. As a member of the NAIA representing the Appalachian Athletic Conference and the NCCAA, you're committed to the true spirit of competition. We ask, therefore, that you use this game to cheer for your team. It is not.
No, I didn't look. I had to look nothing up.
Or official
I heard from somebody.
for your right for comments.
My sister
We
teaches
ask
over
that
there.
you continue to wear your mask and practice
My sister
social
teaches over there now.
distancing while in the ward.
She wasn't there when you were there.
Or up on the mezzanine. Together, we can stop the spread of coronavirus.
Okay.
We appreciate your cooperation.
Okay.
At this time, we ask you to stand. We want to have a moment of silence to recognize the racial injustice facing our country. This moment of silence will be followed by prayer and the playing of our national anthem. Heavenly Father, you are the God of all creation. We are able to come onto this court and exercise because of the bodies that you created way back in Genesis. So thank you, Father, for the ability that we have to watch the game, to cheer for our team, and to have the players play. I pray that you keep them safe on the court. We thank you for Reinhardt for the safety that you gave them. We thank you for the many hours that these teammates have put together in practice. And Father, we thank you most of all for what you have done, for the shedding of the blood of your Son, Jesus Christ. Keep us safe tonight. In your Son's name we pray. Amen.
Good. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the CIU Sports Network here on this Friday evening on the campus of Columbia International University in Columbia, South Carolina. We got a great one on hand for you tonight as the visiting Reinhardt Eagles make their way over to Columbia for what should be a wildly entertaining night of volleyball action here at the Moore Fitness Center. It's a pleasure to have you guys on hand. My name is Corey Inman. I'm the one of the assistant men's basketball coaches here at Columbia International. It's my pleasure to broadcast this game to you guys tonight. Thanks for tuning in all over the country. Like I said, we should have a great one as Reinhardt comes in undefeated in the conference, and in as what has been an unfortunate season probably for both of these teams, as they both had to deal with various consequences of the COVID-19 virus that has plagued fall sports, not only in our conference, but in athletic programs across the country. Just great to see these two squads able to face off tonight, as Morik there pounds that one past the back line. Looks like the head judge calls a tip there. Bit of a controversial call here to start this match. But again, just to play on honestly the weird nature of this season. These two teams actually played last night in a match at Reinhardt. Obviously, the Reinhardt Eagles coming away with a 3-0 victory in that particular match. But I think Coach Haver, in talking to her throughout this year, the model has been consistency and an effort to build. And last night, the girls fought hard, losing the first set 25-22, the second 25-21, and the third 25-23. So no less than 4 points margin of victory there for the Eagles, as Megan Lung hits that one into the Reinhardt blocker's arms there, giving CIU an early 2-2 tie here. Key to this game, or this match, especially early when you're facing a conference powerhouse like Reinhardt, as CIU puts that one down right in the middle of the court. Nobody was home for the Eagles, is getting off to a quick start here for Coach Haver. You got nothing to lose. This Reinhardt squad has not lost a conference match in the past 2 years. And really, if you're Coach Haver and the Lady Rams, you got to come out guns blazing. And it looks like they're doing that to start. Here's Steer. That ball's touched at the net. Tipped at the net, and that drops in. Rams off to an early 4-2 lead. Here's Lung at the service. Lung had a bit of a quiet night, something we're not too accustomed to at CIU. Nonetheless, led the way with 3 aces in the match last night against Reinhardt, this very same team. Looked like that was number 22 of CIU was in the net there. That's DeJesus. That'll put the service over to the Reinhardt Eagles, as Holly Heath serves that one. There's Zamurik on the attack. Jacoby Sims, one of the many weapons on Coach Goodhin's squad this season. And I'm sure we'll see just how dynamic this squad is as this match progresses. But really a model program in the AAC and really the NAIA. Botch serve there by Heath. It's kind of rare to see. That evens up the score at 5-5 here in the first set. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in here. We're at the Moore Fitness Center on the campus of Columbia International University. Big volleyball match here tonight for Coach Haver and her Lady Rams, as she comes in at 6-5, 4th in the South Division. This Reinhardt squad leads that division, coming in with a record of 10-0. Reinhardt has only lost 2 sets coming into this 11th match of the year against CIU. Beautiful tip. Looked like it got down. Reinhardt kept playing it, but that was a beautiful touch shot there by Abby Kleist, the freshman out of St. Augustine, Florida. Here's Shanice Steer to serve now for the Rams. Been a huge part of the program this year. Came in as a freshman, immediate impact player out of Queens, New York. 4 of the last 5 matches, she has led the Lady Rams in points scored. Really looks like she's going to be a staple of this program going forward as she serves in this first set here. There's Alana San Giorgio on the attack, handled by the Eagles. And Sims spiked that one right into the front of the net. Here's Steer. That one's handled by Heath. There's a middle attack there, blocked by Kleist and San Giorgio. Big momentum play here to start this first set. Rams take a 9-6 lead. Steer still at the service. Dug out by Steer. She can do everything, folks. And there's San Giorgio. Puts that one down on the back line. Early 10-6 lead here for Coach Haver and the girls. And a timeout for Reinhardt. Couldn't have asked for a better start here for the Rams. Again, kind of a unique situation playing the same team 2 nights in a row. But one of the many oddities that has come with what has been a tumultuous year and a tumultuous season for, I think, both of these programs. Reinhardt takes an early timeout here. Again, as we mentioned earlier, one of the keys to the match is just building, just continuing to build on last night. Again, you hate to see a 3-0 loss at any point in your season, but this program being one of the best in the league, I would probably consider it the best in the AAC. Something huge that Coach Haver can build on. Those 3 sets last night all played very, very closely, and now it looks like the girls have come in with confidence. And as I mentioned earlier, you can't have anything to lose nights like these. Reinhardt only losing 2 sets on the year. CIU has never taken a set over Reinhardt in 5 matches. San Giorgio gets that one over. Here's Heath. Passes that over to Sims, who just gets it over. Free ball here for the Rams. Here's San Giorgio. A little bit of a mistimed pass there. Back to Sims. There's DeJesus on the set. San Giorgio cross court. That'll be a point for the Lady Rams. One of the front line players for the Eagles seem to be in the net there, I think. And Steer is still serving. She's been back there for 5 minutes, it seems like. That's number 3, Kylie Blankenship on the attack for the Eagles. Here come the Rams. DeJesus. San Giorgio just flat-footedly gets that one over. Steer handles that one on the back line, and San Giorgio's right back at it, and she puts it down. Tons of momentum here early for the Rams. Coach Abbott is out of her seat, jumping up and down. Great energy from the start. Coach Haver seems to have prepared her girls well. There's Heath, handles that service. There's the middle attack by Abby Infante. That's Blankenship, handled by Steer. There's San Giorgio, that one's tipped. Heath tries to recover, and she can't handle it. Steer still serving for the Rams. Huge opening run here to start this game. Of course, Reinhardt is going to stay even-keeled. They're going to have their runs throughout this match. But huge here to start. There was the running attack by Infante there, the freshman out of Woodstock, Georgia. The middle blocker at 6 feet. And she'll rotate out for Savannah Horton, another freshman. A lot of young freshmen playing on this Reinhardt squad. Hasn't seemed to affect their success so far. There's DeJesus. Push shot there for Kleist. To no avail. There's San Giorgio on the attack. Heath handles that one. That was Sylvia Barcelo, newly into the game. The ball seemed to be wide of the line, but I think there was some sort of call by the head judge there that gave the point over to the Eagles, and that'll end the run. Now Barcelo will serve. Bit of a mishandle by Steer on the back line. Nonetheless, they get it over. Here's the middle attack by Savannah Horton. Steer with the backline attack. That was can't see her number. Hair's too long, but that was a great attack there by the outside hitter of the Eagles. As Barcelo smacks that one over the back line, handing the service back over to the Rams. Costly mistake there. That's number 31, Courtney Presley. The 6-foot sophomore out of Loganville, Georgia. First team All-AAC last year. Looking to build on what was clearly an outstanding freshman campaign. And she'll look to really turn the tides of this first set. There's San Giorgio. That looked like it wasn't tipped at the net. And now Reinhardt has a little bit of momentum. Look for them to continue to find Presley here early. Last night, Presley with 8 kills. She was actually the AAC Attacker of the Week in the conference this past week. That's her second accolade of the year. CIU wins that point. Ending a little bit of a mini run there for Reinhardt. Nothing too earth-shattering. And here's DeJesus on the service. Puts that one to the back line. That's Barcelo. She handles that. Here's Presley. Bit of a free ball there, right back over. I believe that was Abby Infante that finished that one off. Impressive freshman for this impressive program out of Georgia. That one's blocked at the net. That was Zmurik. She falls all the way back. Onto her back as the momentum might have caused what would seem to be maybe a little bit of an injury there. That's a mishandle by Steer. Somehow San Giorgio gets it, and CIU gets it over. The point will go to the Eagles, however. And now the lead shrinks to 3, 16-13. Again, no matter how in control you may ever feel against this Reinhardt team, you really are never out of the woods, whether it's a set, whether it's the match, whether it's a run. The poise, the composure. Coach Goodhand and Coach Shearer have really developed this program into a monster powerhouse, nationally recognized. But if you're the CIU girls and you get 2 shots at them in back-to-back nights, you got to feel good. Got to feel excited. Here's Megan Lung. Haven't seen her yet today. That one's blocked right back on the CIU side. Lung gets it over. Looked like a carry there. 2 hits on the side of the Rams as Coach Goodhand lobbies his girls to be a little bit sharper in their passing. And here's Lung back to the service. Again, Lung a little bit quiet last night. Maybe giving way a little bit to Steer in her freshman season, as she obviously is going to draw a lot of attention, but nonetheless, she was still the AAC Freshman of the Year last year, as she seems to be having a little bit of a conversation with herself on the CIU Rams sideline after mishandling that ball. This will be Heath on the service for Reinhardt. San Giorgio pops that one in the air. There's Steer. Bit of an easy ball to handle. Here's Barcelo. Big attack there for Kira Reimer. The 5'11" freshman out of China Grove, North Carolina. Has been showing a lot of improvement lately, especially after the long hiatus they had off. Looked like they were trying to get her out of the game there, but maybe didn't rotate quick enough or sub quick enough, and she ended up having to serve that ball. And Reinhardt ended up getting a point. It's little details like that that matter in a match like this, though, when you're trying to take down a perennial powerhouse. It's Coach Goodhand, the director of volleyball there at Reinhardt, gives his girl, that's Nunez, directions on the service. That ball was tipped at the net, and CIU takes a 20-16 lead. Here in this first set would be just a monstrous energy boost for them to get take a 1-0 lead into the second set here. There's San Giorgio. Skies in the air. Oh, she put it a little bit too deep. My mistake. There must have been a tip at the net, and that'll be a point for the Rams. 21-16 lead. To go back to last night, again, as I mentioned, Reinhardt took the match 3-0. Jacoby Sims, number 23, had a big night with 12 kills. Of course, the AAC setter of the week. Reinhardt with 2 girls recognized by the conference for their play over the previous week, in which they played 4 matches, trying to make up for some of their postponements and cancellations along the way. But the AAC setter of the week was Erin Marroquin, number 12. She had 32 assists last night against this same CIU Rams team. And, of course, Holly Heath, number 20, another staple of the program. The Reinhardt squad has really just a solid foundation is the best way to describe it, built all throughout their team. It's hard to find a weakness. And Holly Heath, number 20, the junior out of Tunnel Hill, Georgia, is another facet, another function, another weapon for this squad. That was a great touch shot. A little surprise shot there. I believe that was Marroquin maybe at the front of the net, the senior. Also a great mix for Coach Goodhand and Coach Shearer of experienced girls that have been a part of this winning culture for the past couple years, as well as freshmen who are making an impact in this 2021 season. 2 big points there for Reinhardt as they now shrink the CIU lead to 21-18. This is Barcelo on the service. Shoots that one. Carla Cauchy lucky to handle it. There's Presley. Knocks that one off the top of the net. Here's San Giorgio. Boy, has she been great in this first set. Flying in, attack after attack here on the near side of the court. One of the young athletic weapons for Coach Haver. There's Presley. Unfortunate error there. The Rams will take it, and they'll also take a 23-18 lead. Again, can't stress enough what a first set win would mean to the girls. A small victory, but also a big victory as we move forward in this match, but also in this season. That one seemed to be deflected, and then Barcelo on the back line almost took that one right to the chops. Deflects off the side of her face. And the Rams now need 1 point to take this first set. This is Nielzielska on the service. There's Presley. Looked like, for a second I thought it may have just hit the net, but it was tipped. Touched, at the net by one of the Lady Rams. This will be Claudia Klein on the service. Here's Reinhardt, here's Presley. They're finding her over and over again. Let's see if she can't bring her girls back. Great save there on the back line by Barcelo as Presley gets it over. Back to Reinhardt's side. Back to Presley. Mistimed her, jumped a little bit, and she still got it over. First team all-conference last season. All freshman AAC last season. Courtney Presley early has been a force to be reckoned with. There's Megan Long. She was quiet all set, but she decided to end it. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, though. And CIU finishes that set. Let's see if they can finish off a shocking upset here at the Moore Fitness Center tonight. Again, huge momentum boost there just for the program. After this being the 6th match in the program's history against Reinhardt, losing 3-0, all 5 sets coming into tonight, and now taking the first set here. The girls are loose, they're having fun, dancing in the huddle. Don't know what, not quite sure what Coach Haver had to say to them before the match, but it seems to have worked, and the somewhat, I guess you can't really call it success of a 3-0 loss last night, but really the girls played with Reinhardt the entire night, just really couldn't come up with the big points when they needed them at the end of the sets. And man, if anything's clear tonight, it's that these girls aren't intimidated by the Reinhardt squad. Much different demeanor on this side of the court with Reinhardt and Coach Goodhind. Wouldn't say laying into his girls, but a bit animated in his discussion. Obviously, this program coming off a historic 21-0 conference record last year. Under the direction of Coach Goodhind, Reinhardt has gone 97-20. He's been the AAC Coach of the Year 2 years in a row. Just wildly successful players, wildly successful coaches. A great culture. And as I mentioned earlier, you know, they take this first set loss, only their third set loss of the year, but these girls are going to bounce back. I think you'd be crazy to not have at least some inclination that these girls are going to really bounce back. And we'll see what Coach Haver and the Lady Rams are really made of. Stat update after that first set. Camelia De Jesus for CIU with 17 assists. Alana San Giorgio really led the way with 7 kills on 14 attempts. With Megan Lung, as well as Shanice Steer with 8 attack attempts total, both racking up 3 kills. Steer as well on that back line with 5 defensive digs. She's the real deal, folks. She can do it all. Last night coming in with 17 digs and 13 kills. Like I mentioned earlier, she's impressive as a freshman to do what she's doing at any level. And you can see the trust that Coach Haver has in her early in her college career. Here we go, second set. We'll see what kind of momentum CIU can carry over. Presley in to start this second set for Reinhardt. Led the team with 5 kills there in the first set. But I expect Reinhardt to come out and be a little bit more focused, maybe a little bit more accurate with their passing. You know, it's got to get monotonous, winning sets over and over and over, matches over and over again, 3-0. And sometimes you need a wake-up call, and maybe this will be just that for Coach Goodham. He is incensed with the call by the line judge. That one, you know, I'm all for a little bit of home cooking, folks, but that one seemed to be clearly wide of the boundary, and he can't believe his eyes. Even looks over to Coach Haver like, you kidding me? That one was definitely in. Oh, might have been a tip at the net there. Looks like we got a 1-1 second set score here as Coach Goodham winds down a little bit there. Was a little bit hot for a second. Holly Heath got that one up in the air, but as Barcelo tried to track it down, Heath got in the way. Nothing she could do about it, but would have taken a real acrobatic evasion to get that one for Barcelo, but CIU would take it. There's Barcelo to the back line. I believe that was San Giorgio on the serve. Well placed, and CIU takes a 3-1 lead. San Giorgio to serve again. Finds her spot. Finds Barcelo again there. There's an attack by Reinhardt's number 10, Caitlin Reich. A little bit of a free ball there that Heath put over to the Rams, and Megan Lung with a veteran move just to put it right back down on the other side. Don't waste any extra effort. And in her sophomore year, you can just tell she's been there, done that, and really has started to maybe take on more of a leadership role and provide a veteran presence even as a sophomore for this young CIU Lady Rams program. That last one hit the basketball hoop, which is nearly to the ceiling here at the Moore Fitness Center. Unfortunate for Reinhardt, but that's in play. If you dig a ball that happens to go that high. They do regain the service, however, and here's Sofia Graziano out of Scottsdale, Arizona. It's Graziano that gets that one over. Here's Steer as an outside hitter now. Beautiful touch. Haven't seen her on the front line much here tonight. She's been mostly on the back, digging out these attacks by the vicious outside hitting of Reinhardt. But she just floated through the air on that one. There's Sims on the attack. Let's get right back to Steer. Here she comes. Little more oomph on that attack, and that one caroms off of about 3 Reinhardt defenders. And there's another timeout by Reinhardt. The momentum clearly still in the Lady Rams' direction as they take a 7-2 lead here in this second set. Again, you just continue to wait. Feel like it's a matter of time before these girls of the Reinhardt Eagles start to find their rhythm. You know, it's got to be another just weird experience of the season that they're in, playing a team 2 nights in a row. You know, not sure if that plays. You got to think that plays a little more to the advantage of the Rams. You know, coming off of a night where they were swept, Reinhardt maybe comes in thinking that, you know, this is going to be kind of a cakewalk. But nonetheless, they did get pushed. So you would think that the coaching staff would have them ready to go. Maybe more of just a result of just the energy of the Rams so far tonight. But we'll see. Be an interesting night going forward. Again, if you're just tuning in, Rams taking the first set. In a bit of a dramatic fashion. Now lead 1-0. That ball's mishandled by Graziano on the back line. And the Rams take an 8-2 lead here in the second set. That first set victory for Coach Haber was her first ever win of any kind against Reinhardt in the program's history or hers. There's Sims on the attack. That one's blocked right back into her face by Zmorik. Long handles. Here's DeJesus. Kleist with the athletic flip over the net. Glosson just gets that one over. DeJesus almost runs into her teammate. There's Steer, and that one's blocked right back into her face. I think that was Caitlin Reich at the net, the middle blocker, 5'10", out of Tampa, Florida. As she shows a little bit of emotion, maybe trying to get her teammates fired up a little bit. Unfortunately, she gets rotated out, and here's Heath serving it up for the Eagles. There's Steer. All out of whack, out of rhythm there. And Coach Shearer and Coach Gooden will surely take that on the side of the Rams. That's the other aspect of this game we really haven't talked about is the Rams really haven't made any mistakes. They have been sharp from the start, playing real loosely. And that's how you have to play against a team like this. There's Steer. Cross court. Boom. That one's down. As her coaches commend her. A lot of energy on the side of the Rams right now. Not too much on the Reinhardt sideline. This is Carla Cauchy on the service. Haven't seen her back there yet. Steer just gets that one over. It's tipped at the net. Passed up in the air. I believe that was Mariquin. Blocked at the net. That point's going to go Reinhardt's direction. As Alma Vasquez Nunez out of Vigo, Spain, checks in. And she'll go right to the service. Coach Goodhin, director of volleyball at Reinhardt University, calling out directions to his back line. There's Couchy on the attack from the back line. There's a bit of an awkward attack by Infante. There's Steer, another cross quarter. She looked like it came off her hand a little bit awkwardly. Sailed wide. This will be Nunez on the serve again. Now down 9-6. DeJesus, Kleiss with the push shot. Here's Heath. Here's Sims. Barely saved. Ball's powered off of the hands of Couchy. And sails all the way to the basketball baseline there. That'll be another point for the Eagles. They now lead, they trail 9-7. There's Couchy to DeJesus to Steer. Not too much power behind that one. A little push shot there by DeJesus. Nice idea. Push shot right back by Aaron Mariquin, the senior out of Prescott, Arizona. Real veteran move there. She's been a part of some huge matches in her career here at Reinhardt. Let's see if that gets her and her teammates going. Here's Steer on the attack. That one's blocked by Infante, the 6-foot freshman out of Woodstock, Georgia. And a quick timeout for the Rams as they try to maybe stop this momentum, a pinch, as Reinhardt has now ripped off 4 points in a row and retains the service. A little bit more of a calm demeanor now on the sideline for Coach Haver and the Rams. A little more focused. Things not rolling as smoothly as they were earlier, but nonetheless, still just a 9-9 second set score here. They have a 1-0 lead. To win this second set would, don't want to go as far as to say be unprecedented, but would just be pretty shocking. But I'm sure that's what Coach Haver was gunning for here. You know, you got a team like Reinhardt down. You got to really go for the throat. When the opportunity is given, and without question, they're vulnerable right now. Let's see what the Rams come out of the timeout with. Still serving. I believe that's Nunez. Velasquez Nunez. There's Kleiss. Little tip. Sims tipped it. Favorable bounce for the Rams, but they'll take it, ending that mini run, and that was just what that timeout was designed for. Great job of Coach Haver and Coach Evans of getting their girls calmed down, maybe a little bit more even-keeled. Here's the pass to Sims on the outside. Here's San Giorgio with the attack on the near side. That one's put down on the back line. That falls right in front of number 7, Gracie Williams, another freshman, 5'6", out of Auburn, Alabama. There's Heath. Infante. Here's San Giorgio again. A little bit different attack there. Almost worked out. Pushes it to the far side, and Sims attacks. San Giorgio just punches it over. Here's Steer on the back line. Push shot. There's Infante. That one's blocked by San Giorgio and Kleiss. Great job at the net by the two freshmen. Sticking with that. Somewhat disheveled play there. Ooh. Not handled particularly great there on the back line by Amelia Zielecka out of Krakow, Poland. Another freshman for Coach Haver. Not shocking. A little bit of a wet spot on the floor here. San Giorgio and the floor judge will take a quick peek at that. Make sure we don't have any injuries tonight here at the Moore Fitness Center. Again, it's a pleasure to have you on hand. My name's Corey Inman here at on the CIU Sports Network. What a match we've had so far. It's lived up to the expectations. There's San Giorgio. Nobody was home on the back corner. She's done a great job here, clearly leading the way on the attack for the Rams. Finding open spots. Little push shot real quick. Megan Lung pounds it right back over. DeJesus got it up real low, and it didn't take very long for Lung to power that one right back to the other side. And CIU takes a 14-10 lead here in the second set. And Presley's back in, and that's to be expected. Look for the Reinhardt Eagles to continue to find her there, and that outside hitter spot on the far side of the court. This will be Claudia Klein, the junior, out of Saskatchewan, Canada. Definitely a diverse group in terms of geography for this Reinhardt squad. Obviously a lot of Georgia products, but Arizona, Florida, Spain, Canada, Alaska. That was San Giorgio on the attack. Here's Presley again. That pass was far too wide, even for an athletic outside hitter like Presley. That one was just too far wide, and she could not clear the out-of-bounds stick there. This will be DeJesus serving for the Rams as Coach Haver directs her young freshman setter at the Ponce de Puerto Rico. Well-placed service there. There's Murik. It's that one right back in her face. That's 10. Caitlin Reich. Let me tell you, folks, she's had a couple big-time blocks here. Looks like she's ready for this momentum to be shifted in the other direction, looking to provide a lot of energy. There's San Giorgio. Boy, despite that one flying deep, she just flies in the air. So fun to watch her play that outside hitter position. She's going to have a great career. Here's a Lady Ram. That one, unfortunately, pops right back over to Reinhardt's side. Lung gets it back over. There's Heath. There's Barcelo. Here's Presley. A little bit, looked like her footwork was maybe a pinch off there. Tried a little push shot to the back line, and that one sails deep. Here is San Giorgio now on the service. Here's Presley. That one's tipped by Zamorik or Lung. Not sure which. Steer pops it over. Here's Heath. Back over to Presley. That one's handled again by San Giorgio. Back to Steer. Round and round we go. There's DeJesus. Wow. Looked like another questionable call. That attack was Shelby Glosson, the senior out of Chattahoochee, Florida. First team All-AAC last season. Haven't called her name a ton tonight, but that one was blocked right back into it. Looked like it may have been blocked back out of bounds, but the line judge called it in, and there was a big-time finish there for the Eagles as they now trail 17-15. Nothing short of a wildly entertaining match tonight so far. A lot of energy in the gymnasium. Great to see these teams competing after both taking on what for Reinhardt would be a month hiatus from any competition due to COVID-19. And Coach Haver and her girls as well having to incur what I believe was about a 3-week break from their regularly scheduled conference competition. Great to see these teams out here. There's Zmurik. Found room right down the line, and Mariqueen couldn't quite handle it. Sure, you'd expect her maybe to come through and get that ball at least up and give Reinhardt a shot at getting it back over, especially with her pedigree in the conference. But nonetheless, CIU takes the point, and then Lung on the service shoots it a little far wide at the near side out of bounds line, and that'll be a point for Reinhardt. That was Zamoric on the attack. Here's Sims. Now that was a shot, ladies and gentlemen. She hasn't been hitting them too hard tonight, but she timed that one up. Could barely see that one flying through the air. But nonetheless, CIU handles it, and the point continues. Heck of a rally here. There's Sims again. That one's blocked out of bounds. Looks like she might have found her rhythm over there. Her steps look a little bit more in rhythm. She seemed earlier like she was maybe jumping too soon. Not sure if that was a communication thing between her and some of her teammates, but looks like the passes are coming in at a couple zones lower, and she is hammering these last couple balls. There's a middle attack there by 11 Infante. Unable to handle are the Rams, and just in the blink of an eye, folks, the Reinhardt Eagles take a 19-18 lead, which, you would think is to be expected. If Reinhardt wins this second set, it's not the end of the world for Coach Haver and the Rams. Momentum's such a fickle thing, though, in the game of volleyball. That one's blocked at the line. That was Kira Reimer. That one looked like it was far the back line, I think. Maybe another questionable call there. Didn't have my eyes turned completely to see that one, but nonetheless, big break for the Rams as they tied the setup at 19-19. There's Couchy, who just served that one on the back line. She handles that one. DeJesus punches it over. And I believe that was Gracie Williams wasn't home. Coach Goodham clearly upset with the placement of her girls on that particular rally. Wow, what a dig by DeJesus to get that one up. Oh, and Steer hits it into the net. Unfortunate there, kind of a wasted effort from DeJesus. It was a sharp attack right at the net. Not even sure how she got under with the angle of the ball coming as steep as it did, but she did, and nonetheless, Reinhardt takes the point. Great serve there, right into the middle of of the Rams side. Reinhardt gets it back over. Here's San Giorgio from the back line. Gracie Williams handles that one. Here's Sims. Again, just a tick off on her attack, and she hits the top part of the net. And now you got Steer serving for the Rams, up 21-20. That one's hit off the hands of Abby Kleiss at the front line, pushed over by Reinhardt. Here comes San Giorgio, blocked at the net. San Giorgio gets it right back in the air. DeJesus pushes it over. Coach Goodham can't even believe it that there wasn't a carry called. But nonetheless, Reinhardt wins the point. Here comes Presley and Barcelo back into the game. Coach Goodham takes a second to regroup, makes his call to Barcelo, and he's back engaged in the match. It's 21-21. There's Kleist on the attack. This one's got to be going to Presley. There she is. Blocked right back into her. Huge play there for Kleist. Might have been DeJesus. Not sure which one it was. Unbelievable. Momentum swinging play there as CIU takes a 22-21 advantage here into the latter stages of the second set. Tense moments here in the Moore Fitness Center. CIU has Reinhardt back on their heels. Mishandled by Barcelo on the back line. So uncharacteristic of this Reinhardt program as they call a timeout. Now down 23-21. Coach Haver has Niedzielska in the service right now. If she can find a way to manage 2 points here, the Rams take us 2 sets to none lead on a Reinhardt program who has not lost a conference match in the past 2 seasons. Again, Coach Haver, I'm sure doesn't want to overreact, sure wants to keep calm. There was a point in this second set where she called a timeout after a quick 4-0 run. Seemed like Reinhardt was kind of regaining their swagger a little bit, so to say. And Steer came right in, put down a great serve, and the CIU won the point. And from then on, they really haven't looked back. Now that's not to say that they've taken a huge lead or anything in this second set, but any lead against Reinhardt is a good lead. As CIU is set to serve here. Up 23-21. Huge couple points here. That's Barcelo on the back line. What an attack there from Presley. Tip shot there by Presley. Couchy gets it in the air. San Giorgio off the hands of the Reinhardt blocker. Another point for the Rams. 1 point needed. 1 point away from a 2 sets to none lead over conference powerhouse Reinhardt University. A little bit mishandled there on the back line. Infante just gets it over. Infante blocked by DeJesus. Incredible. Camelia DeJesus blocked 2 balls in the last 3 plays there of that set. Ladies and gentlemen, DeJesus is only 5'3". Just incredible. Incredible athleticism. And wow, do we have a shocker tonight as some of the fans start to applaud and rise to their feet as the CIU Rams have taken a 2-0 lead over conference powerhouse Reinhardt University. You know, I've been talking about it all night, but just want to maintain perspective here. Reinhardt has lost 2 sets all season. They're 10-0. 2 sets. This same Reinhardt team took down the Lady Rams 3-0 last night. They have not lost a conference match in 2 years. Surely some shocking developments here to start the night. But, you know, if you're Coach Haver, the job is not finished. You can't, you know, now that you're here, you got to finish it off. And, you know, this third set is the time to do it. Again, as I've been saying all night, it seemed like a couple of the Reinhardt players tried to kind of rally their teammates there. I know Caitlin Reich showed a lot of energy, a lot of emotion. Obviously, Presley with just her outside hitting. But really just doesn't seem to be a lot of fire. And that may just be the demeanor of the team. But without question, the Rams are in control. But as I mentioned it in the first set, you got to think that Reinhardt and Coach Goodhand and Coach Shearer and the entire coaching staff fires up his girls here headed into this third set with a program of this pedigree, with a program that has played in the kind of matches that these girls have played in. You know, you talk about Sims, a senior. You talk about Merrill-Quinn, a senior. You know, obviously Presley's only a sophomore, but she's been a huge part, and she was a part of the 21-0, the team that went 21-0 in conference last year and went to the NAI national tournament. So these girls have just have a wealth of experience, and then you add in, you know, I didn't even mention Holly Heath, the junior, and you add in some of the talented freshmen in Gracie Williams, in Infante, who's been a big part of their middle blocking tonight, and you just got to think that they're going to come together and put up at least a fight here in this third set. But we'll see. Again, appreciate everybody who's tuned in tonight here on the CIU Sports Network. Been a dandy of a match so far on the part of Coach Haver and the Lady Rams. You know, don't want to say they've played a flawless game, but you gotta, in perspective, it's been nearly unblemished. As Heath subs in the libero for the Reinhardt Eagles, as Presley starts this set in the game, as well as Reich. That's Barcelo on the back line, Heath, and Shelby Glosson, who's been somewhat quiet tonight. There's Zmorik on the attack, flies in from the near side, and it's too hot for Heath to handle. Bit of a tongue twister there. It's alliteration for all you English nerds out there. But nonetheless, a 1-0 quick lead to start this third set. Presley just has to get that one over. That's San Giorgio and Zmorik collide, both diving for that ball. Presley just gets that one over. Here's DeJesus. Here's Zmorik. Tips it. Presley blocked that right back into her. Here's Steer. Blocked right back into her. Both DeJesus and Lung went after that one. One of the very few errors for Coach Haber's squad this evening. Definitely rare. Presley will rotate right out, as well as Barcelo. Here's Sims back onto the court, as well as Gracie Williams for the Eagles. San Giorgio handles that service. Here's Long. Wow. That's the Megan Long we know. What an attack down the far side, spotted her opening, and there was zero chance that anybody on Reinhardt was going to dig that one out. There's the middle attack by, I believe that was Reich. Here's Sims, pounds that one into the hands of Kleist and Zamorik, and that one trickles out of bounds. Shouldn't say trickles. She had some mustard on that ball. All the momentum clearly on the Rams sideline. Girls are energized. Reinhardt almost looks to be, I don't want to call it too early, but looks to be dead in the water. Girls have no energy. Most of them standing in silence. But you got to give a lot of credit to the Lady Rams tonight. They're playing out of their minds. They got a 3-2 lead here in this third set. I didn't want to say the word unprecedented earlier, but if the Lady Rams were to win this match 3-0, it would be nothing short of unprecedented. This will be Vasquez Nunez on the service. San Giorgio handles that one. De Jesus couldn't get there in time. And now a 4-3 lead for Reinhardt. Up 2-0. It seems a bit like an overstatement to utter, but you give these Reinhardt Eagles any sense of life, and it could be a recipe for trouble. Again, all they need is a little bit of momentum. Volleyball, as I mentioned earlier, is a game of momentum. There's Vasquez Nunez on the service. Steer blocked right back into her. There's Sims on the attack. Pounds that one to the back line, and it's barely deep. Didn't have a great view of that one, but didn't seem like the Reinhardt coaching staff took too much of an issue with the call. Obviously, that's the opposite side of the court, so there's Steer on the service. Here's Sims on the far side. Looks to be, I believe, 22 De Jesus was in the net. And that'll give the Reinhardt Eagles a 6-4 lead here in the third set. This will be number 9, Graziano, on the service. Cauchy handles that. De Jesus has to fly over at the last second to get it to San Giorgio, who pops it over. Here's Presley, fresh into the game. San Giorgio, back to Presley. They're going to find her. Steer handles it. Looked like, not entirely sure what the call was on that. But nonetheless, the point goes to the Eagles side. Couple miscues here for Coach Haver and the Rams. Again, to be expected. You got to think at some point they're going to make some mental errors. Have been nearly flawless on the night. There's Presley. San Giorgio. That one's batted right back into her face. Here's San Giorgio again. She'll try again. Second time, but no dice. Beautiful shot there for Courtney Presley. She's had some great timed attacks there on the far side. And really the Rams have handled it fairly well, but she did something a little different with that touch. Rainbow shot over the blockers at the net. Just a beautiful touch. And she has been as advertised tonight for the Reinhardt Eagles. Let's see what if she can't bring these girls back here in this third set. Could end up being a decisive set. if Reinhardt doesn't maintain this lead. Up 8-5. Have been 3 very tightly contested sets. There's Infante. That ball's handled by the Rams. Here's San Giorgio. Little bit missed time. Wow. That's all you can say about that one, folks. Presley got down to the floor and got it, but here's San Giorgio coming right back. Finds the open space in the Reinhardt defense there and puts it home. That Presley dig, though, was something special. Let me tell you. A little bit of a jostle at the net. Here's Heath. Gets it up to Presley. That one's money, folks. That's like bread and butter. Heath to Presley. And it looks to be a 9-6 advantage for Reinhardt. I thought they had already had 9, but I may be mistaken. 9-6. That ball skims right over the net. What a serve there. I think that was Claudia Klein. The junior. Wonderfully placed service. Maybe she'll go back to the same spot. Looked like maybe she was trying to. DeJesus again at the net. Wow. A little bit of a raucous scene there. Presley looks to be finding the holes in the CIU defense. Looked like somebody was in the net on the side of the rear, on the side of the Eagles. Presley, Reich, and the coaching staff taking serious exception with that call as they confront the floor judge here. Not sure Coach was satisfied with that explanation, but nonetheless he got one. And I guess that's all you can ask for from an official. Just been so impressed with DeJesus tonight playing. You know, in basketball we'd say playing above the rim, but she's playing above the net at 5'3". Just incredible athleticism. Can't say enough about this freshman class for the Rams. Here's DeJesus there setting it up for San Giorgio. That's blocked right back into her face. Heath. Looks like maybe one of the Lady Rams crossed over the net. San Giorgio asked for an explanation. Looks like that was what was given to her by the head judge there. And here comes, that's Marroquin on the service. Beautifully placed ball there by Marroquin. Again, talked about her early. Coming off a 32 assist night last night. AAC setter of the week last week. Can't say enough about this Reinhardt program. Decorated players, decorated coaches, and really a class act. Back to the action, the Reinhardt Eagles lead 12-8. That was, wow. That was San Giorgio. I think that might have been a makeup call from earlier. This line judge seemed to blatantly miss a call down the sideline there, and looked like it may have been a little bit of a questionable call there, but nonetheless, we play on. We're all human, and I can say from personal experience that line judging, not an easy job. A lot of pressure. Obviously, you're trained to do what you do, but we're all human. That one was tipped at the net by Zmurik. Excuse me, Zmurik was on the attack. It was tipped at the net by Sims and fluttered out of bounds. Now Megan Lung will be on the service. Well done there. Here's Glosson, wow. Believe that ball ricocheted off the top of the ceiling. Razzle-dazzle play there for the Rams. And Zamora blocks it. What a sequence. Those are the kind of plays you need on a night like this against a team like this. I'm not going to lie, my eyes had shifted to another part of the court, but out of the corner of it, it looked as if the ball caromed off something on the ceiling. San Giorgio, wow, that's the kind of effort you love to see. San Giorgio lays her body out at the scorer's table on the opposite side of the court. Unfortunately, couldn't bring the ball back to her side, but nonetheless, nothing short of an energized effort tonight for the Lady Rams. Crowd seemed a little bit dead to start, but definitely more engaged as this is Heath on the service. Here's DeJesus. Steer. That's Glosson. Again, maybe look for Glosson to provide a spark here. That's Infante to the back line. San Giorgio gets it up. It was a tough attack to handle for San Giorgio. That's no question there. DeJesus tried her best to pass it back over to, I believe that was Steer or Kleist on the near side, but that was to no avail, and Heath will serve again. There's DeJesus, gets that one to Zamorik. There's Glosson. Zamorik, Steer, blocked by Glosson. Karam's right to the middle of the court, and it finds the floor. CIU sticking around in the third set, 15-11. Couchy set to serve. Maybe a little bit more energy from the Eagles, sensing the desperate times call for desperate measures scenario that they find themselves in. Sims throws her hand out the last second. Wow. Heath somehow got that over. Heath handles that attack by Steer. There's Glosson. As I mentioned earlier, folks, Glosson, a senior, first team AAC last season, has been a little bit quiet tonight as she rotates out now, but a huge play. You can see the energy, the enthusiasm in her face as she tries to carry these Reinhardt Eagles to what would be a necessary win here in the third set. Looking for energy wherever they can get it. There's Sims. That one's blocked by Kleist. Infante handles it. There's Heath. Back to Sims. Couchy on the back line. DeJesus. Steer. What a dig there by Heath. Looked like, not sure what the call was. It looked like it hit the, ladies and gentlemen, there's a divider on the ceiling that comes down to divide the court in half, but it looked like the officials deemed that out of bounds. You know, I'm not sure what the regulation is. We've had a couple balls carom off basketball stanchions and ceilings tonight, and that call was definitely not made. But again, don't think I'm qualified necessarily to make a judgment call on that. The Eagles now lead 17-12, and that as they have regained the service on that last point. This will be number 9, Sofia Graziano. San Giorgio kind of awkwardly gets that one over. Here's Presley back in. There's DeJesus. San Giorgio on the attack. Presley saves it in the air. Wow. Well done there for Reinhardt. Sort of a scramble possession, if you will. not much rhythm to it, but they got the job done. You know, and that's what programs like Reinhardt are going to do in these situations. They're just going to get the job done. It hasn't been pretty for them tonight, at least up to this point, but, you know they need this third set to, you know, one, stay in the match, but two, try to grasp at least some sort of momentum heading into the end of this match this evening. As this is not number 9 again, Graziano on the service, handled on the back line of the Rams. Here's San Giorgio, skies in the air, puts it down. Pumps up her teammates. Big point there. Let's see if that doesn't spark a little bit of a run here for the Rams. As Niedzielska will go back to serve. She was not grabbing a lot of time, a lot of play to start the year. That's Niedzielska, but she seems to be taking a bit of a liking to the libero spot for Coach Haver. That one, unfortunately, goes to the Eagles side, as that'll be Reich that comes back into the game on the front line. That's Reich, Presley, and Merrill-Quinn on the front line for the Eagles, as they gain another point there. It's now 20-13 as they take somewhat of a comfortable advantage. Ooh, that's unfortunate. That'll be Klein. Had a nice serve earlier in the third set for what I believe was an ace. That one not so much. As both her and I believe that's Infante will rotate out of the rotation there for Coach Goodhand. There's Presley. That's the shot, folks. That's kind of the shot that looks to have gotten her rhythm. Well, really, it looks like she's been in rhythm all night, but CIU has seemed to really been sitting on her back line attacks, and she's gone to that little push shot over the front line blockers a couple times. We'll see if they can get this one over. That's Presley. There's DeJesus, cross court. Attack by San Giorgio. That's tipped. That'll be a kill for her. CIU still down 6. Would take a somewhat monumentous comeback here to win this third set. There's Presley. Wow, what effort by Niedzielska to even give the Rams a shot at getting that one back over. But nonetheless, the kill goes to Presley. And a timeout by, I believe, Coach Haver and the Rams, as she, you know, as I mentioned earlier, so hard, I mean, nearly impossible to win 3 sets in a row against this Reinhardt squad, but any loss and you really start to feel like the momentum is shifting, and with a team, with the amount of athletes, the amount of IQ, the coaching staff at Reinhardt, and you know, you immediately start to think, oh boy, you know, if you're a Rams fan. But nonetheless, you know, you gotta, if you're Coach Haver, you really just gotta push. You know, we got to get back to the way we were playing in those first 2 sets. Loose, you know, really didn't look like they had a care in the world. Out there just playing volleyball, in which really what ended up to be almost mistake-free volleyball. Not that they've really made a ton of errors in this third set, but I think Reinhardt has slowly, kind of methodically gotten sharper and sharper. And this will be Williams now on the service, the freshman, 5'6", out of Auburn, Alabama. Mentioned her name a couple times earlier on the back line. See if she can't end this right now. That one looked like it might have been out, but Steer grabbed it. Lung with an attack that rolls off her hand. Not sure that's how she pictured that one going, but you know, you win some, you lose some, and that time she won. And now she'll take the service. Big spot here. Would be a huge run if she can grab a few points. That one not well handled by Heath as she dug it out, and it went right back over to the Ram side, and Kleist finished it off right at the net. 2 points in a row there. The Rams now down 5. This is Lung, number 14, reigning AAC Freshman of the Year. Has been somewhat quiet tonight, but has come up big in big spots. And this is, without question, a big spot. That's Sims. Kleist blocked it partially. Here's Steer. Push shot. Try to take a page out of Presley's book there. Reinhardt just gets it over. Here's Steer. Blocked right back into her by Glosson. Pushed back to the back line. I think that was either Zamorik or DeJesus. Talk about finding a hole in the defense. Nonetheless, great effort by Gracie Williams to track that one down. And now the lead only stands at 4, 22-18. Looks like Coach Haver and her girls are re-energized. Looks like they're taking a little more of a dance timeout than a strategic timeout. But you got to have fun, and that's the way they won those first 2 sets. They were having fun. They weren't thinking. Again, CIU 0-5 all-time versus Reinhardt. Have not taken a set until tonight. Winning the first 2 sets. Now in this 3rd set, looking to win the match. Would be a program season-defining win for Coach Haver and her girls. And there's Reinhardt. That was Reich at the net. Again, mentioned earlier, loved the energy she had in spite of, you know, somewhat of a calm and dead demeanor on the side of her teammates, but she was pumped up early, trying to get her girls engaged. That's what you always want to see a leader do. What a set! Perfectly placed in the bottom zone for Abby Kleist, who puts that one home. Well done there. Perfectly executed. Couldn't have been more timely. Still down 4. Gonna need a big run here for Cauchy. Well placed serve. Handled by the Eagles. Glosson gets it over. Attack by Steer. That one's tipped at the net. And it drops in. The Rams and Cauchy only down 3. Yeah, I'm not a volleyball aficionado, but it seems like the Rams, if they want the best shot at taking home a victory tonight, need to finish it off right here. There's Cauchy. Put right back over. And Kleist finds the back corner. Incredible. Coach Haver tries to calm her girls down. They're still down 2. It almost feels like they're about to win the set, but they still need 4 points. They're down 23-21. Here's Cauchy on the service. Touch shot. That's Williams on the back line. Here's Sims, far side. Knocks it in. There's Steer. DeJesus back to Steer. She put it down. Here's a rotation for Coach Goodhin. That's 4 points in a row for Cauchy and the Rams. Again, still down 1 point. Reinhardt Eagles so poised in these situations and have been over the past couple years. Looked like it might have been touched at the net, but that one is pounded deep, far of the back line, and now we got a tie. Third set, 23-23. Here's Couchy. There's Glosson, excuse me. Couchy from the back line, handled by Heath. That's Nunez. That's Glosson. That's a huge point, folks. You could see she was pumped up after that one. The senior out of Chattahoochee, Florida, a big-time player, has been for the past couple years. And that's exactly what you expect out of a player of her caliber in that moment. You know, such a well-rounded team, such a well-put-together program, and you just expect in those situations, you just expect, you know, Glosson and Presley and Mariquin and, you know, Heath to make big plays in those moments. And now, just 1 point away, just to escape this third set with a victory, even though they'd be down 2-1, you know, you just start to feel like maybe they can get their feet under them and have a shot to come all the way back and win this. But if you're the Rams, you just went on a 5-point run. You got to have the utmost confidence. All you need is 2 points in a row here. 2 points in a row, and you finish off. I guess, excuse me, you need 3 points in a row. You need 3 points in a row here, and you finish off the Reinhardt Eagles, giving them their first conference loss in 2 seasons. This will be Vasquez Nunez on the service. See where she places this ball. San Giorgio handles that one. There's De Jesus. Here's Steer. Blocked right back into her. Well done there by Reinhardt. Exactly what you expect. You know, great effort there on the part of Steer. That was Niedzilska that got an arm in there trying to save that one and put it right back. But really what hurt was getting the ball back, blocked right back into him by on Steer's attack. And now, as I mentioned, you know, only still down 2-1. You got to think that the Reinhardt squad starts to taste a little bit, I wouldn't say a little bit of blood, but just a little bit of an opportunity to get back in this match as the senior, number 16, Erin Mariquin, takes over the timeout. This entire time has been spent with players only in the huddle, talking to each other, encouraging each other. You know, so far this year, Reinhardt hasn't had to deal with anything like this. You know, lost a set early. I believe it was to Milligan. Excuse me, Bluefield. In their opener, they lost a set. And October 31st, they lost an opening set to Union. But other than that, their record and their sets have been blemishless. And this starts to get real interesting now. You know, on both sides, you start to wonder, you know, what is the Rams' resilience going to be like? They were playing real loose early. Do they play the same way in this fourth set? Do they start to tighten up a little bit? Do they start to maybe keel over to a little bit of the, I guess, championship pedigree of this Reinhardt program? And on Reinhardt's side, do they start to loosen up? You know, do they start to play the way that they know they're capable of? They kind of just fought their way. They just got the job done in that third set And really, I think that's all you could ask for in the position they were in. And now let's see where they go from here. Coach Haver and her girls rallying around the snack table, not a bad idea. Great to see a lot of athletes in the crowd tonight. A lot of JV basketball, a little bit of varsity basketball. A little bit of soccer, a little bit of baseball. Again, thanks for tuning in to the CIU Sports Network. My name's Corey Inman. Appreciate everybody who's decided to tune in and spend your Friday evening here with us at the Moore Fitness Center. If you're just tuning in, well, you've missed a pretty entertaining first 3 sets here. CIU came out in the first set really energized after what would have been not a crushing defeat last night to this very same Reinhardt team, but a 3-0 sweep nonetheless. But each of those sets were played to within 4 points, and CIU really just came out the more loose team tonight, the more aggressive team. You got to think maybe Reinhardt coming off the trip and playing CIU last night, sweeping them 3-0. You know, human nature. You maybe come out a little bit complacent, and CIU took full advantage, 25-20 in the first set. And then in a little bit more of a back and forth second set, won as well, 25-21. And in that third set, CIU almost pushed it to almost pushed themselves to a victory, taking the score all the way to 23-23, but Reinhardt came through with 2 huge points, which is to be expected from a program of this pedigree, and took that set 25-23. Now we find ourselves in the fourth set. It's going to be an entertaining fourth set and maybe fifth set here. Please don't go anywhere. That's Presley there on the far side, and we got a 2-0 lead here early in the fourth set as Presley, Glosson, and Reich start at the front line. Probably the 3 best front line players that Reinhardt has had tonight. That's Presley again. She finds the middle of the court, and it's 3-0. Not the kind of start you were hoping for Coach Haver. This will be Merquin on the service. You saw her in the huddle between the break, kind of pumping her team up, pumping some life, pumping some energy back into her teammates. That was a kill there for San Giorgio on the far side. Almost blocked, but ended up falling onto the Reinhardt side, and San Giorgio will now take the ball and serve it away. There's Merrill Quinn. There's Glosson. Here comes Steer. That looked like 2 hits on the side of the Rams, and Reinhardt takes a 4-1 lead. May not feel like it, but this is a big, every section of this match from here on out is a big section, really for both these teams, but definitely for the Rams. You can't give them a lot of momentum them being Reinhardt here early. If you expect any shot of this thing not going to a fifth set, that attack is blocked by Lung. There's Glosson on the attack. She's become a little more active. There's Steer and Glosson at the net. Looked like Steer knocked that one into the satellite stick. Not sure if that's the right jargon there for that, for the out of bounds stick, but works for me. That ball barely slips over the net. There's Reimer. Quick attack there. Puts it down. Big point there for the Rams. It's now 5-2 with Lung at the service. Lung gets it over. There's Heath. There's Mariquin. Veteran little push shot. Wow. Veteran push shot, but handled by, might have been San Giorgio on the back line. She got it over, got it back over real quick. Found the back corner by the line judge here on Reinhardt's side, and Lung will serve again. There's Heath in the center of the court. Here comes Glosson. There's Steer. There's Mariquin, who gets it to Blankenship. Haven't called her name in a while. That one looked like it was tipped? Question mark? Not sure what the call was there. But nonetheless, San Giorgio heads over to get an explanation from the head judge, but doesn't seem to be too pleased with whatever that explanation was. And she takes her spot back in the back line. Here comes Heath. Poised. There's Reimer. Pounds it over. Huge energy boost there for Coach Haver. Reimer with 2 kills in a couple rallies. She's had great energy off the Rams sideline. Really provided a spark in a couple key spots here tonight. The Rams now down 6-4. That's Glosson. She gets it over. Here's DeJesus. Here's Steer. What a save there by Mariquin, who just gets it, keeps it in for Blankenship to get it over. That's just excellent volleyball. Mariquin at the last second throws her right hand out, knocks the ball back towards the center of the court. Heath gets it over to Blankenship, and the Rams can't handle it. That's a big point. Now 7-4. There's San Giorgio. There's DeJesus. There's Christ. There's Heath. What a dig on the back line. And San Giorgio trades it right back. There's Steer on the attack. Mariquin over to Blankenship. Not handled well there by Couchy on the far side. And the Eagles now with an 8-4 advantage here in this 4th set as they continue to battle back. You know, they're going to be climbing a hill for the rest of the night after going down 2-0, but after surviving that 3rd set, that ball is rainbowed over the back line by Couchy. And now, you know, as the match starts to tighten more and more, I mentioned it earlier, we'll see if the Rams sideline, if the Lady Rams can stay as loose and mistake-free as they have been. At least as they played that first 2 sets. That ball that's a service error. That's a service error by I believe that's Vasquez Nunez, the junior, the Spaniard. There's Heath. handles that service. That's Infante. Knocked that one into the top side of the net, and that'll be a point for the Rams, who now trail 9-6. Shanice Steer, the talented freshman, back at the service line for the Rams. There's Infante again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. She knocks that one off of a Lady Ram hand at the net. And that'll be a point for the Eagles of Reinhardt University. This will be Sophia Graziano on the service. Didn't get my head up in time to quite see what took place there, but I believe it might have been a service ace that the Rams couldn't handle. Let's see where she places this one. Finds the back line. There's San Giorgio. Handled easily by Reinhardt. Here's Presley back into the game. Knocks it into the blocker's hands. She was getting a lot of attacks early. Her percentage was definitely down, but she has become a lot more accurate. A lot more, maybe a lot more intelligent with her ball placements, her shot placements, and her shot types as she's made her way through this third and fourth set. We'll see how the Rams counter that attack. Here's San Giorgio on the opposite end. Flies through the air. Coach Goodham flies in onto the court, and if he was wearing white, they might have counted it, but I think the gray pullover gave it away. That's Infante. Quite an attack there. And the point will go to the Eagles side as the coaching staff of Reinhardt urges on their team to keep momentum. And there's just, not a ton of energy on the Reinhardt side, but you just can sense the poise, the collectiveness, the togetherness of a team. It takes a lot to be down 2-0, 2-0, and really not playing great volleyball. And really they just gutted out a third set win and now take a 6-point lead here in the fourth set. And now it doesn't really look like they're doing anything too special. It looks like the Lady Rams are maybe starting to play a little bit. They were playing mistake-free volleyball for the most part, and now that seems to have maybe ended a little bit. And maybe that's, just a product of momentum and a product of, eventually the numbers got to even out. And looks like number 12, Savannah Horton, a freshman, 5'10", out of Anchorage, Alaska, rotates into the front line for Reinhardt. Haven't called her name yet. Don't know if she's been on the court. Here's DeJesus. Backline attack by Steer. That ball is pounded by Reich. Past the back line. CIU will take that as Infante and the senior Mariquin, as well as Vasquez Nunez, rotate in for Reinhardt, and Reimer rotates in for Coach Haver. This will be DeJesus' service. Down 5. They're going to need to run at some point. What better time than now? And on cue, DeJesus powers that one deep, and that'll be a point for Reinhardt. Bad error at a bad time. And this will be the senior leader, Mariquin, on the service for Reinhardt. Reimer will just pop it over. Well done there by, wow. Talk about a sequence. Reimer just got it over. It looked like a tip drill on the side of Reinhardt as he somehow got it over. Reimer decided just to attack right back, and it was blocked, but blocked out of bounds. Wow. There's not a chance in a million years I could have spoken that one as it was happening. It just was too fast. There's Presley on the attack. That just looked too easy as Coach Haver directs her girls on maybe a little bit of a different placement on that left side attack. This will be Williams on the service. That one will be deep. So now they trade service errors. Do Williams and DeJesus. And now Megan Lung, the sophomore, steps behind the line. Heath digs that one. There's Glosson. We've been waiting for her all night. She looks like she finally showed up, and she's providing huge energy, huge points. She had probably what was the biggest kill, the biggest play of the match so far in that decisive third set with the score tied 23-23. There's DeJesus with a running, wow. Again, you want to talk about a mirror image of a play. That was almost exactly the sequence that Reimer had earlier. This time, however, didn't end in a block by Reinhardt that went out of bounds. Reimer finished this one off. Again, you want to talk about instant energy off the bench. I guess not off the bench, off of the sideline for CIU Rams, Coach Haver, Kira Reimer. Just add water. Instant energy. There's Shanice Steer. There's number 3, Blankenship, handled by Couchy. Steer backs up. Incredible effort there by Williams on the back line, but she can't handle it. Now the score sits at 16-12. Reinhardt can't get too comfortable. Understand they're still down 2-1. Couchy. Here's Blankenship. That one's off the top of the net. That one contacted the stick on the far side, and that's a point for the Rams. Now they're only down 16-13. I believe this was Coach Goodhin calling a timeout for the Reinhardt Eagles as he has a word for a couple of his girls. The Lady Rams will be back in action tomorrow afternoon, hosting a tri-match here on the Moore Fitness Center as they welcome both Brenau University and Kentucky Christian University to the campus of Columbia International University. Those matches will be played first at 12 p.m. versus Brenau University, then at 6 p.m. versus KCU, Kentucky Christian. As always, those will be broadcast live and live streamed on the CIU Sports Network. It's been a pleasure to be on hand with you tonight, this evening, to bring you this really spectacularly entertaining volleyball match as Glosson handles that one at the net, blocks it right down in front of Steer. Really two programs that are probably in a little bit different positions currently, but are both really, really giving it their all tonight. in a back-to-back, a rare occasion for, any volleyball season, but, nothing. The COVID-19 situation, as Kleist knees that one over. Can't say I've seen that one too often, maybe ever. Here's Blankenship. There's San Giorgio on the back line. Williams dug it out, and it fell back towards the front net and hit on the side of the Reinhardt Eagles. As I was saying earlier, rare to play a back-to-back night, let alone against the same team. But as I mentioned, nothing is rare in this COVID-19 plagued season. And all we are forced to do is adjust and be thankful for what we got. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm thankful for this game tonight. It's been awesome to see these girls out here competing at such a high level. We're in the fourth set. It's 18-14 Reinhardt. CIU, who took a 2-0 lead, is attempting to not drop 2 sets in a row, leading to a decisive fifth set. But it's not looking great, as that was Presley again, been so consistent tonight. There's Steer. There's DeJesus. There's Vega, Gabriela Vega, first time into the match for her. Maybe Coach Haver looking for a little bit of a spark here in this fourth set. Presley with a rare miscue. Blisters that one over the back line. Here comes Niedzielska. On the serve, jump toss, barely dribbles over the net. Here's Presley, no surprise there. Shanice Steer, San Giorgio contorts her body in the air and gets it over. Here's Presley again, and why not? Why wouldn't you go back to her? Over and over again, Presley has been the most consistent player all night for this Reinhardt program, folks, and she's only a sophomore. Presley is only a sophomore. You got to think with a program like Reinhardt's, they lose 2 seniors, 2 first-team all-conference seniors from a team that went 21-0, and they haven't missed a beat. And I think, you got the leadership in Heath and Mariquin, but the underclassmen, Presley and Fonte, Williams even on the back line tonight, combined with all that leadership from left over from 2 extremely successful years under Coach Goodhand and Coach Shearer. You retain Glosson, another first-team all-conference player, and not too shabby. On paper, it just almost has got to be too much for opposing coaches to prepare for. But nonetheless, what a job tonight done by Coach Haver and her girls. Obviously hoping to finish it off, but coming into the night without winning a set in their history against this Reinhardt team. We know not one person on that sideline is in it for small victories. They need a W and a number 3. In that set column, but have to applaud the effort of Coach Haver and her girls tonight. Incredible performance. Long pounds that one. First try, had it blocked back into her. DeJesus popped it right back up, passed it, put it into the perfect zone. And Lung put a little bit of extra juice behind that one. And that ball powered its way through the front line blockers, and Presley couldn't handle it. This will be DeJesus on the service. Down 20-16 are the Rams. Here's Presley. Rare miscue there. Pounds that one to the front of the net. Now only down 3, the CIU Rams. Maybe feels like they're down a little bit more just with the momentum of the way the match has kind of transpired here after that third set. That one hurts. That one really hurts. DeJesus didn't get that service over the net. That'll be a service error. And that'll balloon the margin back to 4. And it's 21-17. There's San Giorgio. Just gets it right back over to Reinhardt's side. There's Presley. Diving dig there by DeJesus. San Giorgio just decides to pop it over, falling backwards. San Giorgio has her balance this time. That one's tipped at the net. Here's Heath. Somebody got into the net, and the Reinhardt Eagles are not happy about it. Reich and Glosson there on the front line looking at the floor judge in disbelief. And the margin is back to 3 with San Giorgio in the service. She pounds that one over. There's Marroquin. Over to Presley. Ooh. The ball was called in. Again, we talked about it earlier. It's a tough job. I have a lot of personal experience as a line judge. It's a tough job. That one seemed like it was clearly out, and the head judge overruled the line judge there. Here's Glosson. Here's DeJesus. Awkward shot there for Long. Passed over by Marroquin. Here's DeJesus. There's Reimer. Can't say enough about her energy off the sideline tonight. As I said earlier, she's been in attack mode every time she's been on the court. And her teammates have found her in big moments. Here's San Giorgio. The margin down only to 1 now. Here's Presley. That one drops in. Perfectly placed, perfectly timed. Courtney Presley. So impressive. Nonetheless, the score is still 22-20. That ball is pushed out on the service by the freshman Gracie Williams. Maybe a little bit of a freshman mistake there. Gabriela Vega in her second stint on the court for the Rams. Rams now maybe tasting a little bit of momentum. Oh. Ouch. That hurts. That's sort of a punch to the gut as the service goes back over to the Rams side. This is Heath, the libero, now with a 2-point lead, 23-21. There's Steer. There's Reimer. That ball looked like it got back over but touched the stick for Abby Infante. Reimer has just been incredible tonight, folks. Rams only down 1, excuse me. There's Glosson. That one's mishandled by Couchy. That's a big point. It's a huge point. It's a huge point. A lot more energy. The Reinhardt sideline looks different. And understandably so. 1 point here, and they've tied this match after what was a 2-0 lead, 2-0 lead for the Rams. Here's DeJesus. Backline attack from San Giorgio. Here's Heath. Here's Sims. She just gets it over. There's Vega. There's DeJesus, just gets it over. Pretty good decision on her part. Sims blocked at the net by Vega. I think that was a Reinhardt front line attacker that found herself in the net maybe there. And now 24-23, the Rams down 1 point. Shanice Steer, the talented freshman, in the service. There's Mariquin. There's Blankenship. Blocked to the net by Vega. She handles it. Over to San Giorgio. Push shot. There's Mariquin. There's Infante. Handled by DeJesus. Here's Vega. Rams just get it over. Here's Infante again. Blocked at the net again. There's DeJesus. San Giorgio. Wow. She put it down, folks. Right down the baseline. Looked like it caromed off of the Reinhardt defender's hands. Her attempt to dig. Now it's 24-24. Timeout here. Rams are re-energized. 24-24. Of course, you got to win the set by 2. Another pivotal point. The Eagles scratched and clawed their way, no pun intended, through that third set and scraped out a victory. We'll see if they can't do the same thing here. Obviously, the experience factor has to come into play a bit. That advantage obviously going to the Reinhardt Eagles. But you got a home crowd. The girls have come out from the start, ready to play. Huge moment here in this match. Again, Reinhardt hasn't lost a conference match the past 2 seasons. That ball's handled. Here's Mariquin. Here's Blankenship. That ball's blocked, but the ball falls in front of DeJesus on that side. And now the score 25-24. Presley comes back into the game. Sims back into the game. The first time all night I think we've seen both of them on the court together. And now Reinhardt just needs 1 point here to push this to a decisive 5th set. That ball's hit into the net. Sofia Graziano served that one into the top of the net. Now the score stands 25-25. Huge error there on the part of Graziano. And that puts the momentum right back on the side of the Rams as they serve here. Here's Mariquin. Here's Presley. Blocked! What a block. Megan Long, and I believe that was DeJesus, who's come up big all night at the net. Now the Rams 1 point away here from what would be probably a program-defining, season-defining win. Here's the service by Niedzielska. There's Mariquin. There's Presley. San Giorgio. Heath handles it. Here's Mariquin. Here's Infante. That ball looked to be called in, but it's called out. Oh my goodness. The point was given by the head judge. The point was given by the head judge to the Eagles. Folks, that ball, okay, I don't have the best view up here, but that ball looked to me like it was possibly outside of the boundary. The entire student section has rushed the court. However, the head judge gave the point to the Eagles, and probably her view had to have been the best. Other than the line judge who's standing right there, her view was the best. So, no complaints there. we had a full court storming, and now we're back to action at 26-26. If you're just tuning in, you've missed a lot. We're in the fourth set. CIU Rams lead 2-1, 2 sets to 1. It's 26-26. Obviously, the set will be played to a win by 2 status. That's Klein on the service. Here's DeJesus. Here's San Giorgio. She puts it down. Mishandled there by Graziano. And now again, we're back to 1 point. 1 point needed here for a Rams victory. DeJesus will serve it. 27-26 Rams. Crowd on their feet. One finger in the air. There's DeJesus. Great serve. Heath gets it up. Presley will just get it over. There's Steer. Here's San Giorgio. She puts it in. Incredible. What a night for the CIU Rams. What a night for these girls. What a night for Coach Haver. As I mentioned earlier, 0-5 all time versus Reinhardt. Reinhardt has not lost a match in the last 2 years. 21-0 last year. Came into the night 10-0. And you can understand the jubilation for these girls in what will be a program-defining, at least season-defining win for Coach Haver and her girls. We'll be back in 1 second to wrap things up here at the Moore Fitness Center. We're back here at the Moore Fitness Center, folks. It's a special night. A lot of tears on the side of the CIU Rams. Just a lot of raw emotion. You know, this is going to be looked back on as probably one of the biggest victories, if not the biggest victory in this young program's history. These girls have battled through a lot this season, a lot of adversity, a lot of schedule changes, and you know, you just can't say enough about, they came out ready to go. You know, we talked about early, there was nothing to lose. They had played a great match the night before against this same team, against this very same team, and lost 3-0. You just can't write a story better than this. Obviously, the season goes on. The girls will have 2 more matches tomorrow. Please tune in at noon and 6 o'clock. We'll see if they can, the Lady Rams can build on this momentum. Obviously, a huge win again for this program. And, you know, these girls are going to enjoy this one tonight and come back to the gym tomorrow ready to go. Again, just to recap, the CIU Lady Rams tonight take this match 3 sets to 1 in this 4th set, winning 28-26, taking down the conference powerhouse Reinhardt Eagles, in what will be a match that I think everybody here will remember for a long time. Thanks so much for tuning into the CIU Sports Network. My name's Corey Inman. It's been a pleasure to have you guys on hand tonight. Thanks to everybody who tuned in this evening. Thanks to everybody on the operations staff. What an evening. What a special night. We appreciate everybody. Look forward to hopefully y'all tuning in tomorrow. And hopefully the girls can bring home 2 more victories. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great night.